Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Now you might know that my channel is mainly about aroids and more specifically philodendrons, but that doesn't mean that I don't like other types of plants. And one of my favorite types of plants is the spider plant. It's a plant that might appear somewhat basic, but it is actually very sophisticated. So let's have a look how my collection of over 100 spider plants is doing in the summer of 2025. So this here is the gatekeeper to my main spider plant territory, which is my kitchen balcony. Now this balcony is actually quite small, but it does get a decent amount of sunlight in the afternoon. So here I keep a lot of succulents, ferns and of course spider plants. First of all, we got some baby spider plants growing in plastic cups. And here we got one of my oldest plain green spider plants. And this self-watering container doesn't seem to work for spider plants. Here we got another baby in a plastic cup. This huge container houses many giant spider plants and they all survived the winter. And as you probably know, when spider plants are happy, they produce a sheer endless amount of baby plants. Now some flowers of the spider plant don't turn into baby plants, but they turn into these seed pockets that will produce small black seeds. On the corner of the windowsill I have another giant spider plant that also survived this winter. And this guy is also producing many small babies. And on my balcony table I mainly keep succulents, but also quite a few baby spider plants. Now on the floor I have this beautiful shiny spider plant with very succulent leaves. And right next to it I'm keeping another spider plant with very narrow leaves. And here we got what I think is my oldest spider plant, this one right here, that has survived yet another winter. I'm keeping this one outside and it seems to be resistant to the frost. Now on the right of my balcony I have this wooden shelf where I keep many more spider plants. Now in my experience, spider plants thrive on neglect. I only water them when the soil is bone dry, and I also keep them in very small containers because they seem to like being root bound. But of course, if you do decide to put your spider plants in bigger containers like these ones here, the leaves will get much larger. So I think that my kitchen balcony houses almost 70 different spider plants and I keep them outside all year round. Now I also have a second balcony, which is my bedroom balcony, where I mainly keep succulents, flowering plants and coleus plants. But of course also on this balcony I keep a few spider plants, like this one here in a terracotta pot, and another one that's just a bunch of babies that I potted up together. And by the way, look how beautiful this coleus plant is with its dark foliage. And many of my succulents are so happy that they are flowering. Now I also keep quite a few spider plants indoor, like this one here in a glass container. And indoors I also tend to use spider plants to cover up the bare stems of some of my philodendrons. Now spider plants are very easygoing, so for instance you can perfectly grow them in water like this guy right here. The only thing to be aware of is to be sure that dead leaves don't end up in the water, because they will make the roots of your spider plant rot. Okay, so it's time to talk now about my nemesis spider plant, which is the mandarin spider plant, also called fireflash. It looks all the time as if it's about to die, but last year it flowered and produced some seeds. And to my surprise, 6 of the seeds actually sprouted and turned into these beautiful baby plants. And weirdly enough, the baby plants are actually not struggling at all. On the contrary, they are actually thriving. So today I'm actually gonna repot these babies into these small containers. And I'm using my aroid mix, but any substrate will do. And here you can see the result. I potted them up in 5 small separate containers. And so, even though the mandarin spider plant is the most difficult spider plant in my experience, at least it gave me seeds that sprouted into these beautiful babies. Okay, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking it and or subscribing to my channel. For now, I wish you a very nice day. Bye bye.